Like it won't
And I
let me
try to
post it with an error.
comment on
Oh,
somebody.
we're live. Sorry, we are live. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome. I didn't mean to hit the button, but I did. So good morning. Welcome to the morning show with Angel and Tina. Super excited to have you all with us. We have an exciting full house today of studio or guests in their virtual studio audiences or their virtual studios. And a special feature from our sponsor, Daniel Meyer. He is in the house. Hi, Daniel.
I'm glad he is here. He has been our sponsor for the last 3 months, and he is an amazing guy. I have, I'm a little biased, but his team of VAs are crazy talented. And one of the girls that are on today that we're going to meet is my VA. And she does all my amazing thumbnails on my YouTube channel that everybody's like, oh my God, I love your YouTube channel. So on brand, so you. Well, this chick does all of my stuff. And so she knows my brand. She knows my colors. She posts on my social media for me. So, I mean, it's just amazing. She is. That is going to be the word for today. Amazing.
It's going to be amazing. Well, you'll get to see like the behind the scenes of how it all comes together. We also have fabulous Megan Tull in the studio with us. Hello, hey, Megan, everyone. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for having me.
Megan, absolutely. Where are you coming from?
Austin, Texas.
Austin, Texas.
Yep.
I can keep it weird, right? Keep it weird.
Yeah, Austin. Exactly.
And then Daniel, where are you coming from?
We're outside of Orlando, Florida, but then two of my team, is in the Philippines. So we're coming worldwide to you today. So
we're global.
So Daniel, introduce your team to us.
Cool. So the 3 VAs that I invited are actually the ones that support Tina and Zandra. So I wanted to kind of keep it, connected. So first is Malin, who does Tina's thing. She was raving about her a minute ago. So Malin, say hi this morning.
Hi, morning.
Malin, what's your favorite thing about working with Tina?
She's very vocal about what she wants. So it's very important that we communicate every time. And she's very honest if she don't like this design. So that's a great help for me.
Cool.
She's very vocal.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like that. That means she's very loud.
Yeah. So next we have Clyde, one of our rock star video editors. He's been editing Tina's video. So Clyde, what is your favorite thing about doing videos for Tina?
Yeah, first of all, hi, good morning, everyone. For me, Miss Tina is a great client for me because she really wanted me to help and gain more knowledge about editing, and she really wanted the best for all. So that's my answer. Yeah.
Cool.
So he's been doing my video editing. So the last here my eyelash. So the last 2 videos he has helped edit and make just like extra over the. I have this hair in my face and I can't get it off. It's like in my eyelash. I need my makeup. I need my makeup team to come.
Tina needs makeup. Well, I've got my house is on the market, so I've now got people like walking through the house. Actually, it's not on the market. It's under contract. So they had to come and do a radon test at the house. So now they've got some contractor guy like checking out the radon.
They're all coming in.
Like, don't mind me. Don't mind me. I'm just here doing a live
on Facebook, please.
It's all good. It's all good. All right. Sorry. So Daniel, who else? We got one more.
So we got one more. We got Ethan here, who just happens to be my son, but he's also a fantastic virtual assistant. All the websites that Zandra is doing for her clients, Ethan's the one putting those together. He's also the one that edits my YouTube channel. So whenever you see my YouTube videos drop, Ethan's the one producing those. So Ethan, go ahead and tell us about what you love the most about working with Zandra.
What I love working with Zandra is she is just like the most fun and energetic person ever. Like whenever we do our weekly meetups on Mondays, and she's always like, okay, you ready for this? You got it today? I'm like, yeah, just it makes me positive. That's always something nice to have. It's a little bit of pep in your step, and she definitely provides that.
She definitely has a little pep in her step.
Well, the Angel and Tina Morning Show is sponsored by the Zondra TV Network and Sonic VA. We are digitally streamed, so the videos, the YouTubes, all of that. This is a lot of what's happening behind the scenes. Megan, do you have a team? Have you ever used a VA service or anything like that?
Yes, I do. And thank God for those people, because they really make it all happen, right? The behind the scenes. Because it's just way too much to do it all, right? And so it's such a blessing to have help and a team to, get your message out there in a bigger way.
We always say, delegate what you hate.
Yeah, as the motto of Sonic VA is, focus on what you do best and hire for all the rest. And we take care of that so you can do what you do best.
Yep.
You got to stay in your lane, because if you try to do, like, if I sat there and tried to learn how to do all the editing and video editing, it'll take me hours and hours and hours to do something like that, which will take me away from my coaching and take me away from, doing what I do best. So you always have to have your team, right, to help you get those things done, and they'll do it in like 2 hours.
They do it a whole lot faster than we would ever get to. So we do have Daniel from Sonic VA. Daniel, do you want to just give them a little bit of information about Sonic and who you are and all that good stuff, and then I'll read your bio, Megan. So we've kind of got the groundwork for everybody who's here today.
Sure. Thank you, Angel. So as you mentioned, I've been sponsoring you guys for a while. We've been friends for quite a while, doing a lot of stages together, speaking. And one of the things that happened when the pandemic hit was everyone started to figure out how to pivot and grow their business virtually. So since February, I've been busy helping entrepreneurs, coaches, small business owners be able to grow their business with virtual assistants, helping them. So as my team talked about, we do a wide range of things. We help with YouTube channels and websites, and we do things like video editing and graphic design. Basically anything a business owner or entrepreneur needs to have done that can be done via computer, we could find someone to do that for. So since February, we've been just rocking and rolling, and unfortunately, in this really tough year, fortunately for me, we've been growing quite extensively. So things are good in the virtual assistant space. And so, I'm just happy to be here as always. I love your show. This is like my morning routine, is watching your show as much as possible and engaging. And when I get to be on it, it's even, 10 times better. So thank you again.
He definitely is one of our biggest supporters.
Yeah, I know whenever I'm editing back in the room, I always hear you guys in the background. So.
That's good. Well, I think Daniel is one of those people that I think every day I mention to somebody Sonic VA and hiring a virtual assistant and getting it done. So it's a beautiful little match.
That people tell us, as a coach, I don't have enough time. I don't know what to do. I need to send emails. I need to do social media. I need to do this. And you're like, oh, then you need a VA. So it's like one of the things that we always tell our clients. And it's like an everyday occurrence. And I'm so glad that we get to have, somebody like Sonic VA who have an extensive amount of VAs who can do, okay, I need this done. Okay, I have this person and this person who are experts at it.
Well, we also have Miss Megan Tull with us, and she is an entrepreneur success strategist, a transformational leader in business and life. She's a best-selling author and an international speaker. She's a CEO and founder of Silver Lining Concepts, an innovative business coaching and consulting firm. Her passion and expertise is to help high-achieving, success-conscious business professionals and entrepreneurs to eliminate the struggle and overwhelm by redesigning their career or business to align with their unique value and their true self. She helps them to discover their brilliance by allowing them to authentically attract their ideal clients with ease, generating more profit and more fun in their career or business, all while making a difference in the world. She's the best-selling author of The Passion Belief Method, Own Your Own Value and Earn Your Worth in Business. She's a regular contributor for the Huffington Post and business journals, and she's been featured as an expert on CBS and Fox. Megan, I'm super excited to have you here with us today as well, right? I love this. Oh, hold on, I just took it away. I had your book title here for a second ago. The Passion Belief System. Tell us a little bit about that.
So yeah, the passion belief method. I always wanted to write a book. You know, I guess that's probably a dream of a lot of people, and it took 10 years. But the passion belief method was a method that I came up with working with thousands of entrepreneurs over the years. And so it's 5 steps to your empowered self, and it's all around, you know, really owning your value so you can earn your worth. Because one of the biggest challenges I found for a lot of heartfelt entrepreneurs, especially women, but men as well, you know, when we're givers and we're wanting to help people and be of service, we're often coming from a place where we don't truly understand the value that we offer. So we don't have the confidence to present ourselves in a powerful way or ask for or charge what we're worth. So that keeps us, you know, playing small, or keeps us stuck, or certainly prevents us from reaching our true potential. So I've done a lot of work around really helping individuals understand what their unique value is, and how they can really step into that. And when you're able to operate from that space of your unique value, which really comes from a combination of your God-given gifts and talents, it comes from your experiences, you know, your journey and your life lessons learned. It comes from your education, your skill sets, your characteristics as a person, your values as a person. All those things come together to make up your unique value. So when you're utilizing all of that, that's when you are using your brilliance or genius zone. That's when you're going to be able to be the most fulfilled and really make an impact in the world.
I love, Megan, now that, you know, I'm listening to you talking about staying in your genius and what is truly your gift. And Daniel, having you here, because I think that a lot of times this is what entrepreneurs do, is they wear all the hats, right? I feel like, okay, I've got to
The accountant, the bookkeeper, the social media person, the graphic designer, the website designer. I want to be everything.
Yeah.
Right. But when we can bring on that team that can take some of those things off of our plates, I think that we can absolutely shine. And so when people come to you, when the clients come to you, what is like their biggest challenge that they're saying, okay, I this is my challenge. Like, this is what I need the most help with. Megan, sorry.
Yeah. So it's really often they are either feeling like the best kept secret, because I work a lot with coaches and consultants and you know, service providers. So they know that they're good at what they do. So they're experts at what they do, but they feel like they're the best kept secret, that nobody knows about them, right? Or they're not reaching their desired income. So what I help them do is to really, you know, start seeing what their unique value is, and get to a place where they can own that value and step into, you know, their power, and really then present themselves at that level. But then also for my clients that have reached a level of success already, but kind of want to level up, I help them to really package their expertise into more of a high-end, high-value, irresistible offer, so they could stop trading time for dollars, really come fully in service and bring a full solution or transformation for their clients. They get to work with their dream clients, the ones that are willing to invest time and money, and they can make a bigger impact, and, oh, by the way, make a lot more money. So it's a shift that has to happen for them to really feel that they are truly an expert in their industry, and they can warrant, you know, charging $2,000, $5,000, $10,000 for a service that potentially can be transformational.
But for you, Daniel, what is it that is that biggest challenge? Like when people come to you, that, you know, they're like, okay, I need the most help with this. What are they coming to you with?
You know, I think the biggest challenge really is that they have so much on their plate. They're stuck in Busyville, right? They're just doing things over and over again. And like Megan was saying, they're not seeing the progress, especially financially, that they thought they would have. And they're not having the impact they thought they would have. So trying to figure out where to start, you know, starting with something simple, one thing. The biggest challenge really is that people want everything done right now. they need to look at a virtual assisting really to be successful is like incremental taking things on. Like I talk a lot about how it's really important for VAs to be successful, for the VA to kind of master the vertical before they go horizontal. Meaning you want to learn everything about video editing and make really, really great videos. Because if you try to do video editing the same time you're doing copywriting, the same time you're doing email marketing, the same time you're doing social media, you're going to do none of it really well. And then the VA will end up being just like the entrepreneur, stuck in Busyville doing a lot of things kind of halfway. So that's really important. That's why, like, you know, in my team, we have some VAs that can do a little bit of everything. Some of my veteran VAs can take on just about any task, but most of the VAs that I have here, they're all specialists. They have niches where they're really good at. And that's, I think, the biggest challenge for me is like, I think of it as like, basically we're like Match.com for talent, right? You know, you need to be able to find the right VA to fit the right client. And most of the time we get it right the first time. And occasionally it takes a second time, but pretty much whenever we get a match that works, you see a lot of beautiful things happening. And like, for example, with Tina's stuff, you know, her videos last couple of days have been dropping that Clyde did are just really, really awesome. I love them. And when you see everything that our clients are doing, and you start seeing how they're getting things off their plate, they're freeing up their time, that's really what it's all about. So it's identifying that one thing to start with, though, that really is the key.
And the videos that they're doing, like if you look at the videos that I created and then look at the videos that Clyde has like edited for me, there's like takes like 10,000 times better. Like, you know, he puts some lower thirds in there. Like the other day I was talking about, you know, what to do, 10 things to do, you know, every Sunday to get your week started right, you know, and I was like, you know, be able to sit there and binge watch Netflix, you know, and I went like Netflix and there was like a little Netflix that popped up right here. I mean, so he really does everything. Like, you know, I'll be like, you know, this, like I have little thought bubbles pop up. But he does it so well, and I would not be able to do it. It just makes your videos look so much better, more better. And so now when I was able to post yesterday, you know, who would like to look at my video, now it has like all these views on it. And they're like, oh my God, I love that video. Who did that for you?
Clyde, like what's your favorite part about video editing and making Tina look like a rock star?
Well, basically, I'm a mass communication graduate here in the Philippines, so video editing is really a requirement for us. So yeah, I already trained myself as a video editor, and this is my first job as a video editor because I just graduated this year. And yeah, as long as I'm doing my best and as long as I'm satisfying them, it makes me happy also. Yeah.
This is your first one?
Yes, it is my first
Okay,
one.
so you guys
I didn't tell you that when
right?
Yeah, but he probably grew up like playing on.
Yeah, I think.
Right. Like it's not his first time playing with a camera.
Okay, you guys need to go onto my YouTube and look at the last 2 videos that we just uploaded. This is his first one. So imagine in a couple of months what he can do. I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing. Simply amazing.
Yeah,
So-
even
Go ahead, Ethan.
I actually have a YouTube channel with some of my friends. We do games and movies and stuff, but I've used that as, you know, some practice with making video editings for my Sonic Days YouTube channel. So even I'm impressed because I spent months just learning how to edit raw footage and sync audio just to get, you know, all of the settings right. So I'm impressed, Clyde. That's
But like
that's
he definitely, like the other day, my last video, I had like some kind of, I was like, I said something and I was like, oh. And then I just kept going. I was like, he'll edit it out. And he did. He was able to edit it out right away. And I was like, oh, wow, you did a good job.
So here's the secret that I learned. When it comes to technology, there's just too much for us to be masters of everything, right? I think a lot of us, especially people that are my age, I'm 50, and it's like, you know, I used to be able to always be the nerd about things and learn this and learn that and learn that, but there's just too many to learn. So now instead of trying to learn it all myself, I delegate it to my team, right? So if I'm going to try to market myself on Instagram or TikTok, I'm not going to do it myself. I just don't get it. I'm not fast enough. I hire a millennial for that kind of stuff, right? And that's is what I think a secret that a lot of people are starting to figure out is that, like, if you want to have things that are really, really tech focused and tech driven, hire somebody else to do it because it takes too much time to master it yourself.
Megan, when you bring on clients and they're like really getting in their zone, like this is what I am the master of, what are some of the things that you find that they are like holding on to that they need to maybe release like off of their plate, or like something that they feel like they should be doing, but you're like, no, delegate that out, hire that out, get that off your plate?
Yeah. So I think a lot of, again, heartfelt, service-based individuals, they're giving their time, gifts, and talents away. That's a big thing. Or doing things, you know, like we said, that they shouldn't be doing. Like, oh, I could just do that, right? So yeah, it really gets in the way of them really being able to do what they do best and get out there and be the face for their business and talk to potential clients and service their clients. So, you know, some of the things, I think, you know, a big one is social media. You can get sucked into the social media vortex and just spend countless hours on that. So really, you know, I ask them to have an actual strategy that they can give somebody. Because what I have found, I don't know about y'all, but you know, sometimes you hire a social media company or expert and you just trust them to kind of do it all. And that's a big mistake, because they'll post, you know, beautiful images and be consistent with all of that. But at the end of the day, you have to have a strategy, right? And you have to be having call to actions to kind of guide your potential clients through a process. So what I like to see them do is kind of understand the process first and what the plan is, and create a strategy, and then bring on a team to help support the implementation of the strategy. And that seems to work really, really well in terms of making sure they understand it first, so then they know what to look out for and make sure that that team member is doing the job correctly and getting the results. But also, you know, the team that you hire, you have to give them guidance and direction, and not just expect that they're going to know what you want and you know, get the end product that you want.
And that's what Maylin was saying about Tina. She's like, she's very vocal, right? She's very vocal about what she wants and what she likes.
Well,
and
you know, when you're a marketing major and you love marketing, that's what you got to, you know, you got to do that. I have a certain strategy, and I want my, my brand. It all has to be all on brand. But she knows my brand now. Like, you know, I told her, you know, to create some graphics for the rest of the month, and she knows my whole brand. I'm like, oh my gosh, I love these. It's like me picking out all these graphics.
Okay, so all right, so we are like down to the wire, like to the end of the year. This has been one of the most interesting years, I think, for all of us in business. A lot of unknowns. I've thrown a whole new monkey wrench into all the unknowns in that. Yeah, and I've lived in my house for 21 years. It'll be almost exactly 21 years by the day we close. But I sold my house, and we're getting ready to move to Florida. And so we were talking about the holidays.
She has to move in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like 2 weeks she's moving.
Put the house on the market, found a fabulous buyer, adorable couple who wants to raise a family, because, you know, we raised our family here. And yeah, so there's all this hustle and bustle kind of going on behind the scenes. But we had to be out of the house yesterday for a few hours while they were doing our inspection. And so my husband and I went over, you know, just to the mall to kill some time, and everything was decorated for the holidays, and just kind of reminds us like the end of the year is coming. So Megan, what's your like big exciting project, or how are you ending this year or setting yourself up for 2021?
Well, something that's been really fun happening in my business lately is reaching out to folks. A lot of it's on LinkedIn, but then Facebook as well. And just, you know, connecting with people. You know, we're limited in terms of, you know, social interaction outside of our home these days. So it was kind of a blessing, because it forced me to do a little bit more of the networking online. And I have to say, I have developed the most tremendous relationships. Well, Lori Dixon introduced me to y'all, but there's my Texan accent right there.
I love it.
And so I've been meeting the coolest people, and you know, some of them end up becoming clients, but a lot of it is more peer-to-peer, and being able to collaborate or find referral partners and do some cool things together. And so that has been one of the most interesting things that have happened during this crisis. And it really has opened up so many opportunities indoors. I can't tell you how many speaking opportunities I've gotten over the last just probably 6 weeks, even into next year, just by, you know, getting out there and meeting people really without an agenda. Just like, you seem super cool. I love what you're doing. Would love to learn more about what you got going on, and seeing, you know, how you might be able to support each other. So I think it's the time of collaboration and connection, and, you know, really, because we're not being able to get out there and interact socially, like, we have to come from a different place now online. And it's really all about that connection, and not just superficial, but like really getting to know people.
Have you been on more stages since the coronavirus has hit?
Yes. Well, virtual stages, obviously. Yeah, for sure.
Angel and I have been saying this for the last couple of months now, that we're almost like, okay, we kind of like it this way because we can be on one stage in the morning and one stage at night, and
or at the same time,
like right now.
I had a little freakish moment, because the Comeback Champions Summit is starting today. It kicked off this morning. Shay Brown, we've had a lot of the speakers. I think he has like 80 different presenters. I mean, he has a huge lineup for the Comeback Champions Summit. And I had gotten a text right as we're about to go live here this morning that, Angel, you are now live in room 1. And I had a little mini panic attack that I had double booked myself this morning, and I kind of did. But I pre-recorded that session. But I think that, you know, because we're pre-recording so many things, we've got you know, videos that are dropping and pre-records that are coming out. We can almost be in 2 places at once and duplicate ourselves. Daniel, I know you've seen a huge shift on people using more VAs and more technology. What have you seen? I don't know, what have you seen been the biggest shift for entrepreneurs tapping into technology and I don't know, just in the business, in your business sector?
Well, I think the way I look at it right now is we kind of live like in a Netflix environment of content, right? So we got people like us, speakers, educators, trainers, coaches out there recording and sharing content on a scale never seen before. And so we have to make it better. We have to, you know, like, I think the first 6 months of the year, it was like, well, if my Zoom drops in the middle, if I have bad lighting, if the sound's not great, people will tolerate it. But I think we're going to get to a point, though, where people are going to say, like, I want things to really look good, because I have all these choices to pick from. And the one I'm going to pick from is the one that's going to give me the most value. So, of course, content means everything. But beyond the content, you have to package it in a way that people are attracted to. And I think that's where we're going to see going into 2021, a bigger emphasis on kind of raising the production value of what we're doing to separate us from everyone else.
You know, we had Michelle Cunningham as our keynote speaker on our last Connect Summit, and she talked about video and using video. And she was kind of saying the same thing, Daniel. She says, you know, when you're just live streaming on Facebook and doing Facebook Live is one thing. But when they're watching a video on YouTube, they're expecting it to be edited and, you know, put together in a beautiful package. It isn't just, hey, we went live. You're actually uploading an edited, she had like 3 words for it. You know, it needs to be this, and this, and edited was one of them. But people are, I think, raising the bar where we are expecting something higher.
The backdrops, the, you know, everything, the camera, and then just yourself too. You got to give like 150% of yourself out there, because you usually give 100% when you're on stage. You know, as a speaker, you got to give 100%. You got to raise the energy. But when it's virtually, you got to give like 150%. Your energy has to be like way up there for it to portray virtually. So I think, and that's why, you know, when you and I do the Connect Summit, the next day we're like,
We're exhausted. We're exhausted because you give so much energy, and it doesn't feel like you would be because you're sitting still, right, in a chair all day versus, up and about moving. But it is still, you're still on, and you're still giving, and you're still serving. And sometimes I think even more so because we don't get a break, right? Like, for a live event, you're like off stage, but you're on camera. You're on camera most of the time. Ethan, I know you do a lot of fun stuff for your clients. Like, what's your favorite thing that you're working on right now?
Favorite thing working on right now.
Remember who's watching you, Ethan.
Yes, I know. Yeah, my favorite thing. I just like doing the YouTube videos. I mean, I've been trying to help out with your guys' show a little bit on Zondra's end, but I still primarily do a Sonic VA's YouTube channel, and I love doing it. It's like you get up in the morning, me and my dad have our little green shake every morning, and I get to work.
Oh,
This
how
is a
healthy.
nice routine to have. Yeah.
So, I mean, have you seen like a shift in, I don't know, like how people are watching or what people are expecting is different? I mean, have you had to make any adjustments?
Yeah, we've made many improvements over the course. If you go back to our original videos, it's just like a raw upload, and it's usually my dad's camera. Back when we had an office before the pandemic started, but now he's got a nice backdrop. I bought some tripods, and I've gotten better at my editing software to make them sound a little bit better. And I haven't noticed any shifts in the channel because I watch YouTube content. Personally, I watch it more than television, unless, me and my dad, we have dinner, we watch a show together. That's our little bonding time every day. But I usually, yeah, thank you. But I just watch YouTube all day. So, I kind of, I'm not gonna say I'm an expert, but, I know what people are looking for when they look for YouTube. And, we mainly use our...
My husband watches a lot of YouTube, and what we've noticed, and I don't know if this is completely random.
No, go ahead.
They're getting longer. Like like you used to watch different things, and they were like 15 to 20 minutes, and now some of those exact same people, like it just feels like their videos are longer. They're now putting out like hour-long videos, and they never did that before. Like, is that a thing? Are we having to put out longer, more?
Well, there's two. Okay. Sorry.
I think because of the ads, because the longer the video is, the YouTube will put many ads, and then that's the video owner will earn. So I think that's because of that.
Yeah, you get the YouTube purposefully puts little bit of ad commercial breaks in there, and if you monetize it, you can get a little bit of cash off that. So if you make
these are definitely monetized. These are definitely monetized shows that he's watching.
Okay, so
that we've seen him get.
I know Daniel and I had a conversation about this yesterday. Have you guys watched The Social Dilemma on Netflix?
No.
Oh my gosh, I just watched that like 2 days ago.
Oh, I watched it 2 days ago too.
Frightening.
Oh my gosh. I was like, okay, coming from somebody who is on YouTube and on social media all the time and has my business coming from them. And then, watching the three guys in the background, we haven't seen him yet. Put something out there so he can get on Facebook, because he was trying to get off his phone, right? His mom was like, oh, you need to get off your phone. So he was like, I'm going to get off my phone for, 30 days. I can do it. And they're like, put something out there so he'll pick his phone up. Oh, he has this girlfriend, we need to put something out there that his girlfriend's going to put, oh, she's in a new relationship. And he was like, oh, what? And then he picked up his phone and it was on there for like 8 hours. And I'm just like, oh, you need Angel, you need a total, not that you have.
I don't need to. No, I live in my little bubble. Megan, do you have a YouTube channel? Like, do you have...
I do, but I have to be honest, it's kind of just a place for me. I repurpose my content in there. So I include it, but I am not actively,
yeah, that was me, right? We had to, one time we couldn't go live on Facebook. I had to dust it off. I'm like, I think I have a YouTube channel we can go live on.
I have a lot of my stuff over there, but I typically don't it's like an end product. Like I turn it into a YouTube video later just so I have it there as well. But I do a lot of Facebook Lives. I have a very active Facebook group called Passionista Nation for powerful women leaders living their passion and purpose. So I do a lot of trainings and Facebook Lives and things that then I'll
So Megan,
edit and then put
you
into.
download your video after you go Facebook Live?
Mhm.
Okay, good. Because last week, I think it was last week, we had somebody on who had all her trainings, all her videos in her Facebook group, and Facebook shut her down, and she lost.
Oh,
Every.
wow.
Oh, this is why I back up everything. Like I have the video on YouTube, but I have the original cut, I have the audio separate, I have the edited copy, and then I have the YouTube file itself as a fourth copy.
So like this were her Facebook Lives. Like,
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna go live twice a week to do some training. All of her trainings, all of that, they were gone.
Back up everything.
One of the things that you got to do is have an admin on there that can put you back on there when Facebook shut. Like she had thousands of people in her group, and she has since trying to get them built back up. And then she's like, and another thing in the back in the settings, she showed us how to do it. You can download all your Facebook content where you can download, because once you go live on Facebook, that's their stuff now. So you can go in there and download it and upload it to something that you own.
That's a great point. Yeah. 100%.
There's also a couple tools you can use to get those. I have a few tools to get Facebook.
What kind of tool? Ooh, tell us more.
Yeah, we want to know.
Tool? It's just a website. You just drop the link and it's like, here's the Facebook. You can either get a MP4, just a regular video file, and get a GIF. You just drop a link into this website and it takes it from Facebook.
So you copy the link and then go to that website and
and then post the link.
Okay.
Yeah. Even then, one of the tools we use for our VAs, Filmora, has a little thing called UniConverter. It also grabs that. So that's like that's what I use primarily, in this website I use as like the backup just in case.
Oh, that's what Maylene probably uses for, because she downloads the Angel and Tina Morning Show and uploads it to my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, Maylin, what's your favorite thing about what you get to do for your clients? Like, what's your favorite thing to do?
Actually, the graphic editing, because actually it's my first time to edit graphics for Tina, and the first week is kind of rough because I'm not really sure how to do it, but she said, oh, everything is in template, and then I'm doing, she told me that can you make like 3 designs? So I told myself, no, she needs 3 designs. No, I'm going to do more, so she has a lot of options to choose from. So it's a good thing that she likes what I do, and because I think we have the same I like the girly stuff, so
I had her do something for one of my clients last week, and it was like manly colors.
yeah.
I'm not used to this. I'm used to all your girly stuff.
Yeah, it's more on blue, and it's more plain than what we usually do, so it's kind of tough.
My brand down pat right now. She's like,
Yeah.
oh, the blushes, the pinks. She knows, the quotes that I like.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm going to take a quick little break to talk about our sponsors. One little sponsor highlight to say thank you so much to the sponsors who bring you the Angel and Tina Morning Show every single morning, a bright start to your day. Thank you to our guest, Daniel, for being our sponsor and for being our guest here this morning and bringing on some of your team members, and to Megan for being willing to come on and just share life unscripted. But we have to say thank you to our fabulous sponsors who bring you the Angel and Tina Morning Show every day. Zondra TV Network, a lot of behind the scenes of what makes them so fabulous is this team here at Sonic VA. But if you've got content, you've ever thought about hosting your own television show and producing your own TV show, taking it up a notch from just being a podcaster in YouTube, check them out at beonztv.com. That's beonztv.com to start your affordable global marketing experience today. She has tons of producers that are getting ready to kick off their their 2021 episodes and productions, which is pretty exciting to see all of that in the works. Bliss by the Lake Boutique is our clothing sponsor. Check them out online. They do trunk shows and fashion shows, and you can follow them on social media. And then, of course, Sonic VA, right? We want to say, I like to say,
Delegate.
yeah, that's it. Delegate what you hate. Like, other people are like, you've got to eat the frog first, like do the hard stuff first. I'm like, no, get that off of your plate. Like Megan is saying, stay in your passion, stay in your genius zone with your gifts and talents, and then hire out. Like, you do what you do best and hire for all the rest. And Sonic VA is going to give you a 10% discount off your first 40 hours of service when you mention the Angel and Tina Morning Show. Go to sonicva.com. That's SONICVA.com. You don't have to do it all. In fact, how fun is it to get your to-do list and have a team? And you get to see some of the team members here behind the scenes. Daniel, I love that you brought them on and are showcasing. What's like one of the top questions that people ask you, like a frequently asked question about when it comes to hiring a VA?
So I think the question I get asked probably the most is, can they do this? And my answer is pretty much always yes. However, I have to have a lot of caveats based on expectations, right? So when someone's, doing their own videos, for example, and they're able to do their own video really quickly, maybe an hour or so to do a 2-minute video for themselves. And they think that somebody else is going to be able to do that just as quick right off the bat. That can be a misconnect and miscommunication. And so that way I have to really kind of, when someone say, what can they do? And I say, they can do this. And they say, can I do it for me right now? And I go, sure. I got to then throw in a lot of make sure we give onboarding time and time to get used to it. I mean, Malin said it took her a week or so to really kind of get Tina's style. And so really the question I get is, can you do this? And it's an example of something. And then I have to just kind of, go through a process to basically mentally onboard the client to be able to work with the VA and set expectations.
Well, just like anything, right? Like we've kind of we've been doing it ourselves, and you do it. There's a training process because they're taking over. They're part of your team, and they've got to learn your culture and your voice.
He says things too, because he says, it'll take you about 30 days for your VA to get to know you, your style, the way you talk, the way you interact, what your brand is. And it didn't take that long for me, but probably because I'm such a great person to work with. But it 30 days, and they know now, how you talk and your style and, what you would say, what you would post. It's almost having like a clone. So I like that. And he always says to give it 30 days and
give it a little time.
People don't do that.
No, you've got to give it some time.
How about you, Megan? Cook in the oven.
How about you, Megan? What's that frequently asked question that people come to you and ask you about?
You know what, I think what's coming up for me is, how do I stay focused and not overwhelmed or stressed out in my business? And I think that is one of the biggest challenges, especially with all the extra stuff that we are dealing with right now. So I always like to say, first of all, get reconnected to your why. Why did you get started in business in the first place? I think that's a really great place to start. And your why has to be bigger than yourself. It has to be bigger than, money. So what is your why? And that's going to kind of motivate you and drive you to move forward each and every day, even if you don't feel like it, and to, push through any blocks or obstacles. And then really just also to, I think Daniel had mentioned this, kind of like focus on one thing. I think so many times we get overwhelmed because we're feeling like we have to do all these different things. And there's so many distractions out there, all the gurus out there saying, oh, if you just do this marketing strategy, you're going to totally rock your business and be amazing like me. And so you're like, ooh, okay, maybe I need to do that. And so we're going all over the place with these different strategies. And really it needs to come down to, what do you want to be known for, and how can you use your gifts in a way that's going to make the biggest impact and be of service to your clients? Like, what is that one thing? You can do other things, but when it comes to marketing and your focus, you have to really dial it into that one thing. And so, especially if you want to be seen as an expert authority in a certain area, like, you have to be selective in terms of what is that one thing. And especially if you've been in business for a while, it's like you pretty much know that is your genius zone. I like to call it your brilliance, but like, it's something that comes super natural to you, and it's just your jam. And I think we often will not really recognize it as something amazing because it comes so natural and we're so close to it. So sometimes, other people have to tell us that we're really good at that or remind us. But I think if we can focus on that and do more of that and show up and be of service in that area, then it just simplifies things and makes it a little bit easier. And I like to say that I help my clients fall in love with their business again, because it's really just kind of dialing in and focusing and reminding them of how amazing they are and what their unique value is, and show up from that place, and you have a newfound energy and passion for your business again, and the overwhelm and stress kind of dissipate.
I love it. And okay, so tell us how we can follow you and get all your good stuff, your books, and I know you've got a great little gift to give away today.
I do. So megantull.com is my website. So you can find me there. I mentioned my Facebook group. Sorry, guys, it's for women only, but it's Passionista Nation, which is for powerful women leaders living their passion and purpose. So for ladies who are either wanting to start a business around their passion or already have one, I would love to have you join us there. We have a lot of mindset and business tips and strategies every day to help you grow personally and professionally. And so my book, The Passion Belief Method, you can find on Amazon or in your favorite bookstore. And so I do have a free gift, which I'm excited to share. So in my book, The Passion Belief Method, I actually created a way for you to kind of join me online by offering my Passion Belief Method assessment. So you can learn what your passion belief factor is. And that's where you stand when it comes to your self-worth, your value, your relationship with money, and the level of passion in your life or business or career. So it takes a few minutes to take this test. You're either going to be a self-saboteur, where you're down here, don't really want to be there, but that's okay. And then, or you'd be at a striver level, or passionista, which is where you're really thriving and living your passion. So it just takes a few minutes to take the quiz, and then you're going to get some tips and strategies to move up if you are at self-saboteur or striver level, to get up to that passionista level. So it's you're going to learn a ton about yourself when you take this little online quiz. So all you need to do to access that is go to PBM, like Passion Belief Method, pbmassessment.com. And you do have to put in an access code, which is PBM Rocks in all caps, PBM Rocks. So I hope you take advantage of that free little gift I have for you to discover what your passion belief factor is.
I love it. Thanks, Megan. Yeah, I took lots of notes. How about you, Daniel? Where do you want people to go from here and follow you, stay connected with you and your team?
I'm going to delegate this to Ethan.
Wants me to do it because I have to hear him say the same speech every day when I make a
He's gonna
video.
delegate what he hates.
Yeah, so you guys can just go to Sonic VA if you want to sign up for a VA. We'll give you a list of, just give us a list of things you don't want. We always say make 3 columns. There's the things you want to do, things you actually do that you're not a fan of, and the things you want to delegate. You just want to move the stuff from the middle to the right column. And
I saw this little meme just yesterday. It says, make a list of things that make you happy, make a list of things you do every day.
Someone
Compare
stole
the
my
list.
thing.
They did
And
still.
adjust accordingly. Is that yours? Was that yours? I
It's
saw that.
it's close enough, yeah.
Yeah.
But
It's not
you're
travel.
like, what is it?
What was the last two? What was the last two?
So compare the lists
Okay.
and adjust accordingly.
Oh, I've seen that before.
Yeah, something.
Yeah.
I think we've all seen things like that, right?
Things like that. Yeah.
What I love to do, what I'm really good at, what makes me happy, what I actually do, right? Like all this other stuff. And then compare, like,
That's
and
what I really, really hate to do.
right. But think about this, like, what is your goal? What do you really want to achieve in the next 100 days? Like, these are the things that I want to do. And then look at your calendar, right? What are the things that you're doing? Like, look at your to-do list and what are you actually doing?
Week that we had to ask ourselves, does this help me
Yeah.
get to my goal?
If it's not,
Make me not get to my goal, then I'm not going to do it.
but these
Yeah,
are
well-
things that still have to get done, right? But we
Mhm.
don't have to do them.
Yeah, we used to have when we were still kind of we were still kind of getting Sonic VA all set together. We used to have a saying where it was like, if you had a 25th hour in the day, what would you do? And it was like, would you want that extra hour? Give it to a VA, and that's quote unquote an hour of time you get back.
Ethan, what would you do if you had a 25th hour in the day?
Oh, I'd probably just end up relaxing more.
Relaxing. Clyde, what would you do if you had an extra hour in the day? What would you do with it?
Well, I think I would like to relax too and watch Netflix.
Netflix?
Yeah.
Maylene, what would you do if you had an extra hour in the day?
I think I'm going to do a little business for that specific hour because I get to sleep well, so I think that's extra hour would have to be productive.
Be productive. How
That's
about you,
smart.
Daniel? If you had an extra hour in the day, which you do, right? You have plenty of hours, extra
That's what
hours
the
in
clock
day.
on his banner is supposed to be. 25th.
Yeah, it's that 25th hour.
Oh.
What do you find that other people are saying, oh, I never get to, and you're like, I get to.
So pre COVID, I got to travel a lot, and that's what I used my extra time for. And even during the pandemic, I've taken a couple of long road trips and I do things. So for me, it's like that ability to go do what I want to do. And I have the comfort of knowing things are getting done while I'm doing what I want to do because I have a good team behind me. And, it comes from Timothy Ferriss's A 4-Hour Work Week. The whole idea is build a system so that the system can run without you having to run it every day. And, when you get out of your business and you're able to enjoy life, that's where I think most entrepreneurs want to be. So when I think of having extra time, it's at a beach. If I had, I love the ocean. I love the warm weather. That's why I live in Florida, right? So
That's why you love the Philippines.
And I love the
Yeah,
Philippines.
you should go to Palawan.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
was just there in January, actually. So anyway, beautiful
awesome.
beach, one of the most beautiful beaches in the world. So I would be at the beach with that 25th hour.
How about you, Megan?
Yeah, just another hour of self-care and me time, which I'm pretty good at carving that out in my schedule, but could always use more.
Always. All right. How about you, Tina?
I would definitely be at the beach. I'd be with Daniel at the beach.
Yeah, we used to go, my husband and I used to go to Mexico 4 times a year. We scheduled once a quarter. We would go, and just because we worked so hard, right? And to be able to take that time, and it's been months. Oh my gosh, I know these are first world problems,
Last
right?
time you went to Mexico in October, right?
January. We were there in January. So yeah, and then we were in Orlando pretty much all of February, and then been quarantined here in Denver pretty much ever since. So these are
You at the
interesting
beach
times.
at your 25th hour?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The three of you on the beach, and
The
the
three
rest of us
are
are relaxing, and Malin's still typing away.
Yeah.
the three of us at the beach, and the three of you guys will be working.
We appreciate you. We appreciate you very
Oh,
much. Yes,
By
thank you.
the way, quick plug for Zandra. If you ever get a landing page, you know who made it. So. for her.
Oh, okay. That's Mr. Ethan. Well, you are a busy boy. I know they have tons of new productions, new shows that are that have been kicking off and doing lots of fun behind the scenes, getting them ready with their landing pages, their videos, the graphics. I want to say thank you so much, Daniel, for bringing your team on, for being a sponsor, of course, of the Angel and Tina Morning Show, but really just for taking care of so many of our clients, allowing them to stay in their lane, to do what they do best, right? And Megan, I just love that, like, when we can do and stay exactly in our passion, right? This is, we've probably all heard different quotes, right? When you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. Like, this is, we get to, and it's fun and it inspires us. And if you are just in that space where you're thinking you might be self-sabotaging or not really being at your highest level, make sure you connect with Megan. She gave us a ton of great resources in a way to connect with her, and grab her book as well.
Yes.
I'm Angel Tussey. I am your media matchmaker. I want to say thank you to everybody for joining us today, for all of you who are watching and big fans of the Angel and Tina Morning Show. We're so excited to be that bright start to your morning. If you are looking for more exposure, more people to say, I've heard of you, you want to launch a book, a business, or a brand, check us out at makeyourbigimpact.com. That's makeyourbigimpact.com. We have a complimentary media starter kit helping you to get booked on stages, how to get that media exposure, put together your whole media kit. You got your starter kit at makeyourbigimpact.com. And then, of course, if you really want to launch big and you want stages, you want exposure, you want publicity, we have our Tickled Pink Media launch package, and you can text the word angel, ANGEL, to the number 26786. That's the word angel to 26786, and we'll get you plugged into our Tickled Pink Media launch package today. Tina, this has been a really fun show.
Love it. I love that. I love that all my VAs are here, but I love one of my favorite people in the world is here. And then we got to meet the passionista. I say that I'm a fashionista, but the passionista, I like that word. I think I'm going to start.
It's a money name, passion.
I know.
It is. Absolutely.
Yes, it is.
I am Tina Torres, your client retention expert, otherwise known as the gratitude specialist. And if you are struggling with building your audience, finding the right clients, or even retaining retaining those clients, I have a complimentary guide that'll help you grow and nurture those relationships authentically, and then take those relationships and turn them into paying clients. And you can grab your free guide if you text the word connection to 26786. That is the word connection to 26786. We are Angel and Tina on the Angel and Tina Morning Show, where we come to you live every weekday morning at 11 a.m. We are so grateful to you, our audience, for being our loyal fans. Thank you to our awesome guests today and our amazing sponsors. We hope we brought a bright start to your day. We will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.